what? We may have a boring composition from GAM, but maybe that's what they need to get back into the series, as we're going to be stepping into game number 2 here between GAM Esports and Team Secret. As Team Secret has the 1-0 advantage in the series, GAM looking to come back, looking to not drop their first series of the entire split. Who's to say? Maybe they've been celebrating Hankei's birthday for an entire week, and this is the ramifications of that decision, because I think we talked about that last time.
Let's check the birthday.
It was last week. I think you and I talked about it last time.
Yeah, we need to bring up the birthday chart, see if there's anyone on Team Secret who's got the birthday buff going on.
That's true. Maybe that's happening. Yeah, that got broken. I think it was Friday that got broken with Shogun. Yeah, feel bad for Shogun. He turned 14 years old. Wild. Not actually. He turned 17, but
that doesn't make me feel better, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's gonna just be a very quiet start, which doesn't tell us a lot about how the game is going. So it's also quiet.
Scotty's the best. A lot of REs are going. Isn't RE typically? I don't actually know. For some reason, this electrocute is not seeming standard in my mind. I don't know why that's the case. Not that I think that it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I think that's the right rune choice. I don't remember that being standard on RE. I'm looking up to see what RE usually takes right now.
I feel like it's pretty common. Sometimes maybe first strike, depending on the matchup. But I'm pretty sure it's that's why it's electrocute.
It's electrocute, and then there's also the unsealed spellbook, which is what I'm confusing it with right now for some reason, and it makes sense. Again, I like electrocute. Don't get me wrong, and especially with DMATs, I was gonna actually give commendations over to Kadi because I think he's doing everything right. You get a lot of instant damage. It's very easy to hit multiple procs of spells onto LeBlanc, so it's a lot of trade damage. Artifact also went for electrocute instead of going for Ares, so you don't have that initial pop and then leave type strategy that LeBlanc has been a little bit better with as of the most recent matches, but that's fine. It's just a lot of skill intensive kind of matchup here in the mid lane for both these mid laners.
Yeah, I think Artifact were much less concerned about the lane matchup so going for the electrocute to try and make something. Okay.
Huge. Okay, flash from Kadi. I don't know how Artifact got all the way behind Kadi, but somehow Artifact was able to get way behind Kadi's position and able to cut him off from his own tower to force the flash right there. Yeah,
it's a very nice mind game coming out from Kyung. Pretty much in range to make the Q flash, and Kadi just giving it that respect, but Kyung not committing the summoner himself. So big advantage for the side of Team Secret because they can make that return gank at any time. But GAM has had full pressure on the bot side, as you'd expect.
Full dive. Wow, very aggressive, as that's a first blood going over to the Lulu. Levi was able to pick up one kill on the outside of that one. Now we'll see if they can actually space the tower properly. They cannot, as Style's going to take another tower shot. It's just a 1-for-1. Kill went on to Rakan, too. It was both supports pull the kill with first blood going over to Zuhao. The one benefit is that bot wave crashes, and that means that Zeri is going to be away from that for some time. But it's not like Style had a ridiculous advantage. It's not like Style was perfect at the farming up until that point. So really, really strange decisions. Once again, early heal from Eddie, I think, was the right choice here.
Yeah, it ends up trading out. It's only a slightly bit of shame that Zuhao was the one who gets the last hit, but I mean Zuhao almost picks up a second kill along the way there. So man, that Karma just trying to do the all-out aggression once again. This time it's a little bit more all-out, considering they just go straight for a very aggressive dive and early on, but it kind of backfires for them. They lost a decent amount of gold there. The assist gold split between Style and Levi compared to just all going onto Eddie and its assisted first blood. So yeah, it's a nice gold swing for the side of Team Secret that might, and the frustration of stuffing that up might lead GAM to make more mistakes given their sloppy first game. They probably don't want to repeat it, and just sloppy mistakes might make them frustrated and spiral out of control.
Usually it's a pretty cool and collected team, but in a circumstance like this where they're losing pretty handily for the first time here, all split, especially this early on into a series, really, really does make you question what their fortitude kind of looks like here. Especially now that they've locked playoffs and they don't have that risk of losing that. They're not playing for all that much. You have to think about, where their their inspiration for continuing in this split. It's always a question I have for teams that are locked in playoffs, especially locked in like top spots in playoffs. It's like, you know, what exactly is the motivation driving you? Like, you're not going to get a million times better. You're not practicing new strategies here. So GAM is just kind of coasting more or less to the end of the splits. And yes, they are very talented. They're able to take big wins. But there's so much more that motivation can kind of drive for you. As into the mid lane, Kadi's just going to get driven down. Nice play from Kyung, being able to make that gank happen over the wall, and Artifact setting it up beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyung in the right place in the right time to capitalize on that from Artifact, but Artifact just smurfing on Cardia there, dodging everything, getting the chains down, setting up the double chains, and what can Cardi do? Absolutely nothing, especially once Kyung joins. He's gonna rush the Merc Treads, and this is just beautiful. Beautiful sidestep. I guess Cardi's somewhat predicting a step back, but Artifact just keeps walking up, sees it fine. Yeah, trying to get a knockback onto Hero, but he should be fine.
And a reminder that this was a counter pick coming in for GAM's top laner. That like it just again they saw that it would fit into the composition. They decided to go with the front liner instead of going for something more aggressive, and it means that Kiaya didn't end up using it. They're getting pinched from two sides. So they're going to try to engage in one direction here. As Zin with an insane engage hits onto Eddie. Eddie is able to slide over the wall before everybody could kind of. I don't think they were ready for Zin to pull that type of maneuver right there. Couldn't handle the neutron style. Was anybody on GAM, unfortunately, because it was actually really, really nice from Zin to be able to pull that play. But it does drive them off as there is no consistent damage remaining. And because of that, GAM will lock first dragon in the game.
Yeah, pretty much any other AD carry, that is a
hit the dragon.
Carrion. Hit the dragon, smite the dragon, killed the dragon properly.
Hit the dragon! Levi! You're killing me.
Zin, even anyone, I don't care who gets the last hit.
Somebody hit the damn dragon. Good lord. Twice it reset.
Jesus.
Twice. Goodness gracious. Nobody's contesting it. They walk back to lane.
And that extra time spent wasted just kerfuffling with the dragon means that that's 2 camps stolen by Kyung. Could even go for the red buff realistically, but
although if Levi walked into the opposing jungle, he could snag him right back and grab the red buff and still back in time to catch Kyung. Like that sucks. Levi should be playing more aggressive. If he stepped in and put a ward down on the red, he could steal the red back, go back to get his own red and double buff on this particular camp cycle in exchange for the 2 camps that got taken, which is probably worth it, to be quite honest, if you're Levi. Because what you do is you steal the red, then you back, then you buy, and then you go ganking, and then you go back to your own red and go back to full clearing normally, and get free red buff application on basically everything there for a minute.
Yeah, he just wanted to be aggressive. He couldn't.
Coward.
I guess I would say he probably didn't want to do that because his mid laner was AFK and Artifact could have easily collapsed if it was spotted. Also, didn't actually have any knowledge of where Kyung was. So
notably,
he's
also
trying to find his way into a Rift Herald.
Yeah, stumbled into the Rift Herald. There was a nice shift actually from the combination of the bot lane, but now Kadi's in some dire straits. As there's 3 members here. Not even close, baby. What in the world are we doing? Missed him by a mile right there. Goodness gracious, where are you aiming, Kyung? Get absolutely bodied, kid. Sorry, yeah, it was a lot, but like it was a solid play from Kadi, just avoiding it completely. Zin is here for what I can imagine is conceivably no reason, because he decided to circle in and moral support, I guess. 2 plates will fall off this, I believe, as a result of this. Artifact jumps in, to try to push off Style, gets a ton of damage, but
I think you lose about the equivalent of 2 plates off Styles' health bar there. I mean, just goddamn. Whoo! That was a close one from Kiaya.
Sure was, yeah.
Instant reactions, and putting the hurt down onto the top side. Team of Secret just kind of winning across the board here. That switcheroo was a decent attempt, and it got some gold onto Style, but I feel overall it doesn't really work out. You get a plate onto Zeri. She's happy with that. You don't quite get anything else out of it. Like, you only got the 1 plate, so
yes,
it's just kind of
I got 2.
Fine.
Yeah, the mid tower.
Was that down earlier? I don't know.
No, the mid tower got 2. They weren't quite done with the first one, so it was 2 plates for Levi and Style combined, which is split, so it is equal to what the Zeri got. So really, the trade-off is that Levi got some additional gold on this Wukong to be able to work with, but. I mean, again, as GAM, you're down 1,000 gold in this game. You're going to take what you can get at this particular junction because Team Secret's just kind of been running you for the majority of the series now.
Yeah, this is it's definitely not the way we were expecting the series to go, but now Artifact, he's really stepped it up this series to try and put the hurt to GAM. Hyung is having a monster performance. He had it in game 1, and in game 2 he's just not as effortlessly accelerated, but he's having a great time on the Sejuani so far. And Hero now has a good top lane matchup. He's winning that pretty well. Yeah. Kind of having a better time punishing Kiaya's tank than Kiaya was able to punish his. So things coming up secret so far. Now, just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop as always.
What's kind of awesome is also, just as another mention to Kiang, who's been having this insane performance. When we started the split, we had technically we had a bunch of rookies, although a lot of them had experience. I'm going to hold this for a second, as Kiang is going to be able to pressure Levi out of the jungle. But when we started the split, basically Team Flash, who all their players had some competitive experience, so to call them rookies was a little bit on the fence, but technically they were rookies. And then basically all of Box Esports, or 3 or 4 members of Box Esports, also were rookies. And that's all we had. And neither one of them were performing particularly well. So we were like, okay, who are we going to pick? And then we got into the discussion of, technically Flashes are actually rookies. And then out of nowhere, a light and a savior in the darkness came to save our Rookie of the Year predictions, because Kiang has just been an absolute beast in the jungle position. I think it would be hard if Team Secret ended up making, especially a late siege and surge, even just to get out of relegations, let alone to get into playoffs, to deny Kiang that reward, because he really has been just an insane addition to the squad.
Like the only other real contender for me, in a true rookie capacity, would be Guri. Maybe
Jane. Guri. Guri is another one. Yeah.
Guri came in, filled pretty big shoes in the for those.
Very much so. Yeah.
It hasn't been the same success, but that's not been on him as Cardi's in trouble.
Yes, a little bit of damage on Akati. His Artifact has burned his ultimate in order to make that happen. Is a second dragon likely to go down to GAM? The re-engage is going to happen. Kang looking for somebody to actually go after. Ultimate is available for Akati. Yeah, no glacial prison, no ability to go forward outside of a flash, and they aren't going to commit that here. So instead, second dragon of the game going over to GAM. Is it still 1,000 goldie? A little more than 1,000 goldie. Ooh, Zuhao actually gets shoved right back towards everybody. Zin tries to make a play happen, but Zuhao thankfully was able to get down low enough with the flash to be away. This is another turret plate split between a couple of members, but you will take that all day.
Gold is gold, and you definitely want as much as you can get onto style at this point.
Okay, Eddie pops the ultimate. Ultimate comes down from the Sejuani. Levi is going to try to attempt to peel for everybody, as it's not going to be enough to get Levi out, but they do have everybody else. Although Artifact, he wants more. He smells blood in the water. Zin's just going to beeline for the rest of the... Oh, and he's left style to his own devices. No! Eddie does die, so it is a trade. ADC for ADC. None of these plates are also going to go on to the marksman, so that is another benefit. But... ultimately, another big winning play for Team Secret here as they make force into the bottom side.
Zen sinks away on a little bit of health. Cardi can convert a plate of his own. And the kill went to Zuhao, so it's actually, even though it's a really good start from the side of GAM, it kind of fumbles it right at, from the side of Team Secret rather. They fumble it kind of right at the end. Artifact definitely thinks he has enough damage, and to be fair, look how close he gets on the... He absolutely... I mean, you can't really see it actually on the replay screen, but it was definitely... It was probably within single digits, and...
All right, Hero just a bit getting jumped. Oh, Style gets it with a rocket, and that turns the entire fight around, because Kiang took quite a bit of damage as well. The ultimate came through from Kiaya. He's got plenty of aggressive stats to work with. Eddie has to slide out, not able to get away from Style. And out of nowhere, it looked like Levi and Kiang were just having a fun little tussle, or Levi and Hero were having a fun little tussle in the mid lane. Ends up getting thrown to pieces by people interfering and third partying out of nowhere, as GAM is able to clean that up. Actually might be able to clean up mid tower as well. Yeah, Style's gonna grab it.
Rockets.
Huge.
And that's a huge gold swing for the Jinx. That's first brick as well. Shared a little bit with Zin, but yeah, you don't really care. That, oh man, that looks... Oh man, that's why it looked a little bit sus, because Jax was in the animation of being all outed, so he looked like he was kind of out of the animation of the rocket, but yeah, definitely still got taken down. And then the reset let Jinx catch up to contribute to the killing of Kian proper, and then turns that into a herald, into a tower, and also the Rift Herald. So that just explosion of players giving GAM back so much control. After Team Secret fought so very hard to get it in the first place, They're going to get back a tower for themselves now. And it's onto Artifact, which is a good place to have it. But it still feels really bad because it's kind of like, oh no, GAM is inevitable.
Yes, GAM is finding their way to win out some of these big team fights as Hero fancies himself another big play, as Hero actually does do quite a bit of damage to Levi right there and is able to get reinforcements, so there's no way that Levi is going to be able to take this. Rift Herald uses the empowered back to be able to get away. And in this game so far, Eddie is doing decently. He's kind of matched alongside Style. Mid lane, the Ludens is now done for Artifact, which means Artifact is going to start hitting like a train. This is the first big power spike. Second item is where the LeBlanc really starts popping people like nothing. So we're excited for that to come through for Artifact. So slowly Team Secret is garnering additional power in this game despite being at exactly even gold with GAM, or just about even gold with GAM at this junction.
Yeah, we're just pretty much the only real difference is some extra gold.
Big ultimate from the side. Yang is able to find a little bit of something. That's just a big win. Eddie's going to be able to jump forward. Artifact is going to get the chain and, okay, hit him. Okay. He's in Zonia's.
Decision.
No way!
No, that's not allowed. That's not okay. It's not okay.
It's criminal. Somehow Zin
slips
away.
It might be okay now.
I don't know how that is humanly possible. Zin has slipped away from 2 different kills on a fraction of a health bar and barely gotten away. And they were able to pull mid tower. They're able to do quite a bit of damage here in the mid lane. But it is traded back immediately as the bot and top tower go down for Kadi and Kiaya respectively.
Yeah, and because they've committed so much to try and make those kills, they're going to be sort of second on these resets. It means that GAM should be in prime position to pick up this next dragon. This time, maybe they'll actually get that soul point when they're meant to. If they don't this time around, it's going to be a real disappointment. Teleport comes in, so they
full commitment from Kadi
really
to get here. Yeah. They're making sure that they're in the river as fast as possible. I think he definitely was spotted after the control ward went down. Hero has to bot backwards as Kiaya's on the front line here, ready and raring to go. And Eddie's waiting for the ultimate to come back up. The ultimate is not there, so Eddie doesn't have quite the top-end damage that you want out of your Zeri, despite being on nearly 2 completed items, looking for a bit of time to try to slow it down. Artifact almost with the ultimate backup as well would be a really valuable tool to have to make sure that this fight goes swimmingly. Hero jumping over the wall, just going into Kiaya. Counter-Strike is available to try to... What is Hero doing? He's just getting pushed into the wall. Ultimate's going to miss from Style, so that is big. Kiang now pushed back into the rest of the team. Zuhao's going to pop the Shirelles to try to pull Kiang out, because that's going to be Artifact looking for an assassination on the Style. He might find it. He doesn't quite get it with the chain. The auto is not going to do it! And on the left side of the fight, Kiang is still killing Kiang. He's still looking for it. Artifact wants something, but it's just not going to happen. His 2 members go down on the left side of the fight. You got to be kidding me! I swear if I find out that Artifact took cooldown reduction instead of 9 AP, I'm gonna beat him, because it's 2 kills he's lost at the last possible second. Now Eddie wants to put out damage. He's in the midst of a team fight. He's going for something. Now Kleins, he goes back to the outside fight, flashes out the backside. Now Eddie wants to keep going forward with this. Hero jumps forward as well. Teleport coming in from Artifact to try to find some additional plays as Hero's looking to be a hero here. Stuns up a couple of members on the front end of this fight. Eddie is not have the ultimate still running as Hero is just going to fall down. He's running away from the rest of GAM, and it looks like he's going to have one more Counter-Strike to try to find something, but it's not going to do anything as Team Secret have lost a big fight. Somehow GAM walks away unscathed from that one.
That's so... If I look at the inventory and Artifacts brought along sword, honestly, I would not blame him.
No, I would
so many times he's gotten an auto attack in, and it's just been shy of the kill. I'd be so tilted. Team Secret are going to end up with the dragon, though. It seems very unlikely Kiai is going to do anything to stop that, but he's not. And yeah, that's a small mercy.
This is a huge replay, by the way.
Oh my god! Hero just kind of says, "I'm gonna be a complete idiot and jump into 5-man."
And this is where things look at this.
Absurdly long time.
Boom, and then electrocute. Auto and chain and auto, and it's not how did he get 42
Where's
health
that
back
plus
there?
42? Where'd that come from?
Explain it to me.
Did he have a potion ticket?
I dare you to tell me he bought a potion. Tell me that. I will scream if he had a potion left over from the beginning of the game. You've got to be kidding me.
He got plus 38 off that ward, so okay, it's going to
Zuhao's just dancing elsewhere. Actually does get disrupted, so Zuhao's still on the way out of the fight. The chain does dissuade Kadi for at least a moment. Gonna try to get over the wall in some capacity to get this Lulu kill to get some additional play on the other side. Levi's gonna be able to go over the wall and get in and find the kill, as that's gonna be that right there. And now GAM actually could probably walk back towards Baron. They burnt quite a bit but maybe they've got the ability to do so. Artifact going to look for an assassination. Xin doesn't get tagged by that chain, and so the blue buff just ends up grabbing that one away. I believe that Gang walked away with the blue buff as well, so they're not even going to be able to steal the buff away. It's just the one kill on Zuhao, but still, Gam now starting to act more like predators in this game, going aggressive against the side of Team Secret.
Yeah, they seem to have found themselves a little bit. They've got themselves 2,000 gold in the lead. They are going to... But they're playing a much more cohesive game. They're still thirsting for kills. Like, that was such a needlessly long chase down onto Zuhao, who you could have just taken the back and gone to do something else. Artifact is still doing his best to try and fish for chains, fish for this poke. But it takes a little bit too long. He's in 1v5. Okay, Kyung.
Ooh, actually, big play. Attempted laser from Eddie's. That's going to be really low damage for Zayn. That's one kill. That's two kills, maybe. Gotti has to go out to the back of the fight. Now Style for Eddie. Flash over the other side. That's not going to be enough. Now Eddie has to deal with Levi and Gotti and also Style. He's going to slide over the wall. Another blast code from Style to get him out of danger. And now Eddie's stuck in a really bad position. He tries to use the portal. It's not going to happen. Now Charm is going to get him out. He's not going to hit him. It's going to hit him. And the cleanse is used, but it just doesn't matter, as now Hero shows up to the fight very late. Gam wins another brawl in the midst of the river, and that is going to be it. Gam is going to take the very, very massive win in this fight. They're going to look at Baron now as well. I swear, it's so close. Team Secret has almost won the fight 100 times, but almost again and again and again means absolutely nothing unless we were playing horseshoes, and I do not see any horses here, Mobby.
The should be stoppable style is so low.
Say that, you say that right now. Back into the back line, and no, it's not going to happen. Artifact gets denied access. Kiaya pops the ultimate, and he's going to go into the rest of this team. Style with the big rocket's going to drop Zuhao half health, and now Kiang, the only one with enough health to stay in this fight, is just going to have to back off. Hero got spotted on a ward. He's going to get charmed up. He's not going to take the W coming out from Zin, and he's going to be able to walk away with that counter-strike and with that Q. But it just doesn't matter. I think Gam's done all the damage that they need inside of this game. They're up 6,000 gold. They've got the 2 dragons. They've got their Baron buff. That's all they need to be able to win this game now.
We really, truly... I don't think we ever really see GAM lose from this position. Maybe there is a game somewhere along the way, but actually there is a game. It's called the game against Flash. That took 50 minutes. Hopefully when you're not there that long. But GAM is in such a good position now.
Yes.
You see the Horizon Focus completed for Cardi. They've managed to weather the storm of Artifact. They've kept Style alive. He's getting closer and closer to that third item.
Artifact is a criminal, by the way. He is a criminal. Tell me the number of times his kill has not gone on through by like a handful of AP, a handful of damage, and he is building a Banshee's second item. You are a LeBlanc. Don't get hit with abilities. It's that simple, Artifact. I'm just gonna say, if you are building a Banshees on LeBlanc, that is the hardest skill issue I've ever heard in my entire life. Dude, you need the damage. Please build a Void Staff or something. As top lane, Kiang and Hero try to jump onto Kiai. He's got a tower right behind him here. Ultimate might be available as well. He might kind of want the turnaround, to be quite honest. Kiai is not done yet. Q is going to be available. There's the ultimate. There's the all-out. He's going to be looking for no tank stats remaining on this character. He's going to be able to find enough. He gets the kill, and now he's back going to Kiang as Kiaya is going absolutely crazy in the top lane, keeping the 2 biggest, beefiest members of this team away from the rest of the base as his team is taking the bottom inhibitor, mid inhibitor, also getting aggressed against at the same exact time. Means that GAM wins everything. Top lane fight, bottom hip, mid and hip, and there is nothing to be done. Artifact, you don't even have the Banshees yet. You're going to get charmed anyway and die because you don't have any stats to be able to do anything with. Top lane's getting pushed by Kiai, who is winning that circumstance. Who is portaling right now? I thought somebody was portaling. It looked like Zuhao was kind of considering it there for a second. As GAM continues to bear down on the final inhibitor of the game, it just doesn't matter what TS is going to do here. They are going to lose their entire base, if not just the entire game. They have all 5 members up for one last potential fight to save their game at this point, but I just don't think that they can. I don't think they've got enough. That's going to be a Cyclone going in. Zin with a massive play into the backline gets so many members charmed up, and that's going to be enough for Style to start going crazy. He's going to be able to pick up 3. Can he get more? He's going to have potentially 4 for a pen for a Quadra, but now the 2 are going to be sitting in the base. As Style is going to be okay with 3. They're going to walk up and grab the Nexus Tower, and now Style is just going to auto away at these 2 members in the base. The rest of the team takes the Nexus, and game number 2 goes to GAM in 25 minutes.
Unofficial Quadra. He's going to pick that one up for himself. But that was a menace of a game. Once GAM took that control around the fight from the